Welcome to our new series, The 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie.
So we each have one movie left. We've been doing this for a little over an hour, but we knew this was going to be a long one. But we have one movie left. And let me tell you what I watched. You talked about 90-minute movies. This movie was 94 minutes. This was a sweet spot movie. And it's a horror, supernatural horror film. I kind of liked it. The premise I watched like this thing called Dead Meat Podcast. I heard about this. So this has been on my radar every now and then. I'm like, it's time. I saw the 2022 film Talk to Me. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Talk to Me. The title's for who's in it?
No one that I fucking know. And I think this movie was made in Australia. I could be wrong about that, but that doesn't matter. Basically, anyone that knows, there's a hand. You have this hand, and there's a legend that this hand is from a medium from like back in the 1600s, 1700s, whatever. And he said he could speak to ghosts, and obviously the people are scared. Oh. They cut off his hand, they embalmed his hand, and it's just lived on through time. Now, again, this is all supposed. So, but these group of teenagers, one of them have this hand, and it's like almost like a party trick. A lot of people think, oh yeah, I know, because they take, the videos, and they're like, that's just fake. Yep. So anyhow, it starts off with me and this group of friends, and one of them has the hand, and the idea is this hand's placed in the middle. You light the candle to open the passage. They literally chain you to like the chair. You grab the hand like a handshake, and the first thing you say is, talk to me. And that's what freaks a lot of people out, because you see basically a spirit right in front of you. And that freaks them out. The second thing you say is, I let you in. And the spirit possesses you. Now, the whole idea is they only can do this for 90 seconds. Because the idea is if it's past 90 seconds, they can actually take over your body. That we talk about rules. That's the rules here. And so Mia does this. She's kind of looking, and she's freaking out like her best friend's little brother, because you can't control what you're saying. The spirit's just like, oh, I bet you taste really good, just like freaking this little kid out. You have to break the hand. Because she kind of fell over, she went over 90 seconds by literally a couple seconds. And when they're done, they all feel amazed. Like they're like, that's the most amazing feeling. So I know in the last thing I talked about also dealt with, obviously, like alcoholism. It's almost like, the high feeling. They don't really explain it, but that's the only way to explain it. It's like the feeling they just had this great, high, and they're happy, and they're just like, oh, I want to do it again. But yeah, so the whole idea is the spirit comes in, 90 seconds, and this is a fucking creepy thing, Soto, because as time goes on, because she went past, she's starting to see like images in her real life, and just like it's just figuring out what's real and what's not. And basically the little brother wants to do it. He's now 15, and his older sister's like, I do not want him doing this. And Mia's like, one time, like, all right, because the sister went out, like, I'll let you do it. Let's do this 60 seconds. Like they're like trying to cap off. They're like, we'll just stop you at 60. Okay. And he's like, all right, I want to do this. And unfortunately, the spirit takes the chair as he's possessed and like almost pushes it back. They can't break him, and he's slamming his head in the wall, like trying to almost killing himself. So then, so now it's just like he is being held by these spirits, and she's just trying to figure out, what can I do to save him? And obviously the older sister's pissed at her because she told him no. Her parents think that Mia gave him drugs because Mia's a former addict. And she's like, I didn't give him anything, and they're trying to explain. And obviously, how do you explain a possessed spirit hand to like no one knows? But you know what I mean? It's like, where do you go from here? And the big thing is, Mia's mother has passed away. That's why she's with like her friends, family, and stuff like that. And her mom is one of these spirits. So this is a good creepy movie, and I know they're doing a sequel, which will be intriguing, and I will probably end up checking it out. I really like this. If you like this is a well done supernatural horror. Supernatural horror is hard for me personally, because for lack of better terms, I find a lot of it stupid. And, just like, okay, it's like not well done, or we've said this, they just do things for plot reasons.
Mhm.
But everything made sense in this. You know, if you put it into, for lack of better terms, real life context. Like if this was happening to us, like if we were younger and we did this, we would react the way they did. We would just be like, fuck this shit. But but then we're like, well, how do we, what's our stories? What did this kid, you know what I mean? So there, there's a lot of, it's just, the story is there. And it's not really scary. A couple jump scares, but it was well done. And like I said, I'm just, because I think of like The Ring, I think of The Grudge, when Supernatural
Mhm.
really was big in America and, stealing the Japanese shit. And I was like, these are okay. But, I'd have, they're okay, but I wasn't like, I did not think they were these great things. I can't even like Paranormal Activity, like Poltergeist might have been, because I was younger, the best supernatural thing I've seen, but that's a different, I was like 6, 7, whatever. But no,
Poltergeist is a great movie.
yeah, it is. But this is surprisingly good. And like I said, for a supernatural horror, it keeps you in. It doesn't, like I said, it's not going to scare you. Some creepy images and stuff like that, but it's more the mindset. Like, where are these kids going to go? What they're going to do? Or do they realize what's real and
Yeah.
what's not? Kind of thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was actually quite intrigued. I did not know how much I was going to like it, but I think I liked it more than I did. Or I thought I was going to. Let me rephrase that, because I was like, yeah. Let me get to my list though, because that's gonna be the big question. Where am I gonna put this? Where? Because I will, like I said, I don't know when, but I definitely will see the sequel, because I don't think it's coming out this year. Oh no,
I mean, I've heard buzz about this movie for
it's
a
good.
while, so
Yeah, no,
interesting.
it's
Yeah.
Toto. See this instead of Slaw. Please see any of my other movies instead of Time Cut. Teenage Hanks. You love Teenage Hanks. Go see it. Colossal. Oh, great movie about alcoholism and makes you think and feel. Oh, that's a good feeling movie. This great. No, you're gonna fucking see Slaw. Out of all 4 movies I talked about today, you're seeing Slaw. Fuck you.
I mean, I have no choice. Like, I hear your words and they're filled with
I get
logic.
it. I get it.
But I mean, as a man, like, if I make a promise, I got to go through with it. Like, results be damned. I do want to see Colossal, and that sounds interesting. And I'm into the spooky stuff, as I'll get into in a little bit. So,
I'm putting this at 13. Lucky number 13. I'm putting this right above Mulan.
wow. Right about Friday 13th. Here we go.
Yeah, no, I was looking right underneath a couple comedies. But yeah, right now, I think I would put this there because, like I said, this was actually, it was again 94 minutes. Did I say? Yeah, 94 minutes. So sweet spot. It didn't overstay its welcome. All the actors, all the kids, like there wasn't an annoying. You know how when you watch these kind of movies, there's one character you're like, oh, that you just the actor's annoying. Just something's off. Like if you ever see Time Cut, you're like, a couple of these kids are annoying. No, this is a this is a well acted movie, and they went all in on it, and I liked it. So yeah, right now I think I'm gonna put it at 13. That seems like a good spot for you. You're right, Friday 13th tomorrow. Damn, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, no, I like this, and I actually, like I said, I hear rumors about what the sequel is gonna be like, but don't know yet. But all the rumors is it's gonna be called Talk to Me, but the word 2 is going to be the number 2. So I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. But I get it. I get it. Talk to me too. But
What, you want to be like Luke who's talking to, like with TOO? Is that what you're trying?
no, literally, because it's going to be the promotional image I saw. It's not called Talk to Me 2. Even if it was just Talk to Me with the number 2, it's so like think Talk to Me, but where the word 2 is, it's the number 2. So it's like Talk to Me, but with the number 2. So I don't know.
Gotcha.
It's weird,
Gotcha.
but again, I'll see it because again, if it's anything like this, I'm sure it's gonna be good.